Hi lovely families in the Bright Beginnings community. I'm Steffi and welcome to Cooking with Steffi. Today I'm going to teach you how to make some delicious raspberry oat cookies. They're very easy to make with your child, and the best part is they're sugar-free and they contain no eggs. So if your child has an egg allergy, it won't be a problem. So the ingredients that you're going to need today are going to be 2 very ripe bananas, so they're easy to mash, some raisins. I use about a handful of raisins, more or less. You can do it to your liking. If you're not a fan of raisins or your child doesn't like raisins, no problem. You don't need to add them in. We're going to need some raspberries. Again, if you don't have raspberries, no problem. You can use strawberries instead, or maybe some fruits of the forest. If you're going to be using other berries, then you're going to need to mash them a bit. The best part about raspberries is they kind of fall apart really easily and they'll mix into the mixture really well. Most importantly, you're going to need oats. I'm using raw oats. If you're using fast cooking oats, then it's going to be a little bit different measure. And then last but not least, I like to add cinnamon. If you don't like cinnamon, you don't need to add cinnamon. But if you like spices, you can also add some nutmeg, maybe some ginger, a little bit of clove, and it'll kind of give it a little bit more fall taste to it. So first things first, it's very important to wash your hands and also put your hair up. So I'm putting my hair up because my hands are already nice and clean. And then as far as tools that you're going to need, this is the best part about this recipe, is you're only going to need a bowl, a fork, and a spoon. And then for baking, you'll need your baking sheet. And I use a non-stick mat, but if you don't have that, no problem, just some parchment paper. If you don't have parchment paper either, you can just use a little bit of coconut oil to rub across the bottom so that way the cookies don't stick. Alright, so first things first, you're going to want to turn your oven on to 180 degrees Celsius and let that start preheating. Then we're going to take our bowl and we're going to add our bananas. Now, if your bananas are not ripe enough, that's no problem. What you're going to need to do then is cut them up into very thin slices. Here's mine are quite raw, quite ripe. I'm just going to break them into small pieces. Put both of them in. This is where your kid can help, your child can help break them up and put them in the bowl. And then we're going to start mashing them up with a fork. And this is why it's important for them to be quite ripe, because if they aren't ripe enough, it's going to be very difficult to mash. So we just start mashing them away. And once you get the big pieces going, then you can just kind of start mixing it up to try and get a puree consistency. Okay? So here you can see the consistency that I'm getting. I want to make sure that we get any of the big chunks out and mushed in. All right, I'm going to keep mixing this, and while I mix and mash, we're going to have some hot water heating up to add to our raisins. What this is going to do is soften up the raisins. That way they have a really nice texture inside the cookies. Okay, so just while you're mixing up the banana, you can have the raisins soaking in the hot water. Okay, so now I have my raisins soaking in their hot water. I have my banana nice and mashed to a puree consistency. Now I'm going to add my spices to the banana. I am a big fan of cinnamon, so I'm going to add a decent amount of cinnamon. If you do not like cinnamon, then you don't need to add any. I also like ginger, so I'm going to add a bit of ginger to that. And then I'm going to also add a bit of nutmeg. I love the combination of nutmeg and banana together. I think it goes great. It reminds me of the fall. So now I'm going to mix those spices in and mix them well with the pureed banana. And now comes time to add our oats. So the oats, the quantity is going to be depending on how much banana you have, because every banana size is, bigger or smaller. So I like to start with just one handful. This is where your kids can help measure in the banana, or measure in the oats into the banana. I like to go on the safe side and add less, and then continue mixing in more if I see that I need more. So now we're just using the same fork. We're going to start mixing it in. So here it's still really quite soft and goopy. So we're going to add another handful of oats to that and mix it in. So it's starting to become a bit more firm now. So now what I like to do is I like to add in my raspberries. So my raspberries were frozen. What I like about them is that they break apart really easily. You can add as much or as little raspberry as you like. I added about a cup of raspberries there. And what I'm going to do now is just gently break them up into the mixture. And this is going to add a really nice color as well. Now, because my raspberries were frozen, I'm going to have a little bit extra juice in there. And that's no problem because we can always just add more oats. So if you're using strawberries, if you're using fruits of the forest, you want to just make sure that they're really well broken up for the consistency. Another option that you can do is add in grated apple. That's going to taste really nice, and it also kind of helps firm up the cookies a bit more. So here you can see the consistency is really still quite loose. So I'm going to add about another handful of oats. Mix it up, and I might need to add a little bit more. So yes, I'm going to add about another two more handfuls of oats. I want this to be a bit thicker. If you're using instant oats soak up the moisture a lot more than raw oats do. So you might need to start with less and then add as you go, because they will soak up a lot of moisture really quickly. And you don't want to end up with a really dry mixture. So this is coming together really nicely. So now it's time to add our raisins. So we don't want to add any of the water that we use to soak the raisins. We had the raisins soaking just to make them a little bit softer for the texture. So I'm going to go rinse and drain these raisins, and then we'll add them in. Okay, so now I have my raisins that are drained. You can see now the texture of them is much softer. They're more plump and rehydrated thanks to the hot water we added. So it is very important that you drain them just to get rid of any excess liquid. And now we're going to add that to our mixture. So here you can see the consistency. We're gonna mix in these raisins. Now again, your quantities are gonna be dependent on you. This is the best part of this recipe, and it depends also on the taste of your children. If they're not a fan of apple or raspberry, you can play around with the fruits that you add in. The base is banana, so you do need bananas. That's the most important part. If they're not a fan of spices, you don't need to add any spices in. So here we can see our mixture is holding together better. It's quite firm. So what we're going to do now is we're going to make little cookie shapes onto our parchment paper or our baking sheet. All right, so here you can see the consistency is really nice. It's coming together and holding together pretty well in its shape, which is what we're wanting. Now these cookies are not going to expand in the oven because they have no flour and there's no leavening agent like baking soda or baking powder. So it's important that we make them into the shape that we want for our cookies before putting them in the oven. So what we're going to do now is grab our baking tray. You can have it either lined with, I use a silicone baking sheet, so that way I can reuse it. Otherwise, again, like I said before, if you just have the baking paper as well, the wax paper, that will work as well. So what you can do is you can use a large spoon, and we're going to spoon a large spoonful. I like to use my hands. If you are more particular about cleanliness and you don't like textures like this, then you don't need to use your hands to do this part. You can use 2 spoons. If your kids like getting their hands dirty, then they can always help you here. So I like to form it into a little cookie shape. And now we're going to put this on the baking sheet. And we're going to keep going until we have enough to fill your sheet. Now you can decide the thickness and the size of the cookies. If you prefer a thinner cookie, then you can just flatten them out and not make them quite so thick. If you want them to be bite-sized for your child, then you can make them smaller as well for your kids. And the most important thing is that they are consistent in the size that we're going to put in the oven, that all of them are the same size. Because if we start making some that are smaller or thinner than the other cookies that are on the sheet, then they're going to cook faster. And then you're going to have different cooking times, and you can end up with some burned cookies, and that's never fun. All right, so I'm going to quickly finish shaping these out and putting them on our baking sheet. All right, now that we've finished forming our cookies, and we're going to place them on our cookie sheet. It's nice to have a little bit of space. They're not going to grow, but just that way they cook evenly and they get the heat around each of the cookie. I got 10 out of my mixture. So how many you get is all going to be depending on how much mixture you got out of your bananas and oats, and then also how big you make them. So you can see mine are quite thick. I like them this size. If you want a thinner cookie, that's no problem at all. So since mine are this big and this thick, my cook time is going to be 15 minutes. So I've set my timer to 15 minutes. And I'm going to put them in the oven. Remember, we've preheated our oven at 180 degrees. And so the cookies are going to go into the oven now. Okay, now that our cookies are in the oven, we can take a few minutes to clean up, and this is where our kids can help as well with our cleanup song. Clean up, everybody, let's clean up, clean up, clean up, put your things away. Clean up, everybody, let's clean up, clean up, put your things away. All right, now that everything is nice and clean, I'm gonna take a quick peek in the oven. Let's go look. All right, here are the cookies in the oven. Normally I don't recommend to open up the oven, but since these will not be rising or spreading, it won't be too big of a deal. The kids need to peek in on their cookies. So we'll take a little peek, just a quick one. Woo, look at that, they're looking beautiful. Now the bigger cookies are going to take about 15 minutes for them to bake. If you're doing a smaller cookie or one that's thin, they're going to bake much faster. So it'll take about 7 to 10 minutes. So be sure to keep an eye on your cookies. They're going to have kind of a little bit golden color to it from the oats. And you'll know once they've firmed up slightly. When they're still hot, they're going to be really soft and they'll fall apart. So you're going to want to let them cool for a minute before you eat them. I know it's the hardest part. All right, so our timer is up. It is now time to pull our cookies out of the oven. It's very important to use a silicone mat or if you have some oven mitts. And now let's take a look at our cookies. Ooh, they look delicious and they smell great. So I'm gonna pull them out of the oven now. All right, so here are our cookies fresh out of the oven. You can see they have a nice kind of golden color to it from the oats being toasted. Now it's very important to let them cool for at least 5 minutes on the sheet. Otherwise they're going to either stick or fall apart. I know, patience can be tough sometimes. All right, those 5 minutes are up. It was really hard to wait, but it was definitely worth it. Here are those beautiful cookies. So the best thing about this recipe is they're sugar-free and egg-free, so any egg-intolerant children can still enjoy a delicious and healthy cookie. They're super easy to make with your kid and a lot of fun. So now the most important part, enjoy.